This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
For you, like, this your first time here. What were some standout performances or moments that stood out to you, man? I love asking this question to our first timers. You know what I'm saying? Because you was backstage, in there, mingling with everybody, man. What were some of your highlights, man?
I'll say for me, some of my highlights, man, definitely us just in the back praying before we went on. You know what I mean? Just keeping God in it, it was kind of funny too how we was just up there, kind of ain't know what was going on. You know what I mean? But yeah, one of my favorite performances was when C4 came out, man. That's my guy, man. He just went crazy. Everybody went crazy, but honestly, that spoken word was crazy. That broken crayon was crazy.
Quincy, broken crayons, still color.
Yes, man. Yeah. What about you, Perry?
Yo, that Rick Montero running.
Running.
Diamond. Who else?
You got Governor, Michigan, sitting there, YP, Rick Montero, shout out. He got a banger with that one, man.
Another thing too, man, it felt good to finally meet like the brothers and sisters in Christ that we've been networking for years on social media. This is my first time meeting. Listen. We got 3 hours. We talking in person though.
Wow.
So a lot of these people now, like, they open up, yo, what's up? We know it felt like we already know. I'm sorry. First time meeting these guys. I think that was a definitely highlight, bro. Like,
This is my first time. It was a good time.
That's a whole other thing, because the Kingdom Choice was the Kingdom Command. You know what I'm saying? And we realized that even though we're on separate parts of the map, this is not a New York award show. It just so happens to be in New York. You know what I mean? But we all coming together, man, and all representing Kingdom, man. At the end of the day.
Seattle.
Seattle's in the building.
Canada.
Yo, you already know, man. Yo, Rich Dolphin signing off, man. KCA TV.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
Hey, what's going on, good people? It's your boy Marcus Hall, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. This platform is sponsored by Kingdom Time Enterprises, which is a multimedia production company that specializes in videography and event promotion, and we push urban kingdom culture. Well, yeah, we're back again off of a crazy KCA weekend. I took last week off. We're still recuperating, man. Still recovering, I should say, from the KCA buildup. It is a very tough event to do, but we always get through it by the grace of God, man. For those of you who are jumping on, I ask you to invite people, share the link, tell a friend that Real Rap 100 is live right now. So I'm waiting on my co-host, Richard Dolphin. He's running a little late. But this episode, we're just basically going to recap. We're going to recap the KCA weekend, man. It was a really dope weekend. Shout out to everybody who came out. Shout out to all of the artists who traveled all the way from different states, man. We have people from California. We have people from Seattle, even Canada, man. Shout out to the homie Parry Illis, all the way from Montreal, Canada. Michigan was in the house. Atlanta was in the house. Florida was in the house. Shout out to everybody who pulled up to the KCA. It was definitely a good look. And yeah, man, shout out to those of you who didn't pull up. You know what I mean? Yeah, I gotta shout y'all out too. Some of y'all I know had some genuine reasons. I mean, the weather was against us that day. It rained pretty much all day. So I know a lot of people had difficulty getting to the event. Even my wife, man, it took my wife like about 2.5 hours to get there. So yeah, the weather was not really on our side, but we still had a decent turnout. It was great. Again, I gotta encourage, like, especially the New York artists, man. I gotta encourage y'all. Like, I don't understand why some of y'all don't come to the event, man. There's some of you who I spoke to before, and you know, we spoke about a possible performance slot. Didn't promise nobody anything, and you know, we wasn't able to make that happen, and y'all didn't show up. And to me, that's whack. Yes, I said it. It's whack, because this is Real Rap 100, and we keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? If you can't come to an event that's celebrating the genre that you're a part of because you're not on the bill, you need to really, like, check yourself. You know what I mean? Check your heart. What's your heart like? You know what I mean? Because I'm coming from an era back in the day when we were having events, CHH events, whether you was on the bill or not, everybody was showing up because it was a CHH event. So we were supporting what was happening. We were supporting our community. Now I'm saying, when we used to go to the ER, everybody wasn't on the lineup, but guess what? Everybody showed up. And that's when New York was a thriving community for Christian hip hop. That's when New York was a hub for Christian hip hop. And that was one of the reasons why, because you never had to be on the bill as an artist to show up to the event. You know what I'm saying? It just needed to be happening. And the community would go out and support their fellow brothers and sisters in the faith. The community would come out and support what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of sad, and we wonder why sometimes there's been a slow time in CHH in New York, and why we're still fighting to get back to that place where we once were. One of the reasons is because of reasons like that, where artists, because they're not on the bill or they didn't get booked for the bill, they don't come to the event, neither do they shout out the event. And the KCA is the premier event in New York right now. You know what I'm saying? There's no other event that pulls people from different parts of the country to the city. You know what I'm saying? So we have to really check our hearts. And yeah, I'm venting a little. I'm not mad at anybody, but I got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see the community. I want to see New York get back to where it once was, as a community and with CHH, because we were leading the movement at one time. You know what I mean? So I really want to, like, share that with y'all, like, to really check your hearts, man. I mean, if you can't come to an event because you're not booked for it, or because you didn't get the slot that you wanted, then you really need to check yourself, man. Check your heart. See, what's your heart like? You know what I mean? What is it? You can only show up to an event that you're booked for? You can't celebrate nobody else? Come on, man. Shout out to some brothers and people I see in the chat. Shout out to Reigns the Artist. Salute to you, King. You was there. I mean, shout out to, who's this? Taylor Ely from Chicago. Your birthday is next Friday. Well, happy birthday coming up. Salute to you. Welcome to the platform. Shout out to Architect. Salute to you, King. Yeah, man. Definitely salute to you, Architect. You was one of the ones who gave me the moment of the pre-show. The pre-show was dope. We're gonna talk about that in a few. Shout out to Jared All-Star. Killed it once again. Him and Lady Davina at the KCA. Salute to you. Salute to my boy C4 Cortona in the building as well. Definitely had a moment. And shout out to my boy Denzel. Denzel made his KCA debut on the stage and did his thing. Very dope. But yeah, man. So it was overall a great weekend though. Again, in spite of, you know, just the little vent that I just had, the little rant about the whack dudes who didn't show up. You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, that's neither here nor there. They're a very small minority. For the most part, again, folks came out and we had a great weekend, man. It was it was really a dope weekend, I must say. And the feedback, I gotta say, the feedback has been crazier than I thought it would be, to be honest. Because last year we actually had a bigger turnout. We had a good turnout this year, but we had a bigger turnout last year. And yeah, you know, shout out to Deanna in the building. Deanna says this year was everything as always. Salute, sis. God bless you. Architect says amazing weekend. Bless you, bro. You made it amazing. Yeah, salute, Architect. Salute to you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you really just like supported the weekend in every way. You know what I'm saying? You know, you wasn't chosen by the panel at the pre-show. Again, we're gonna talk about that a little more. But you pulled up to the pre-show, and then you pulled up the day after. It was not in your feelings. You came out and you celebrated your community. You celebrated your fellow brothers and sisters in the faith. And it was dope, man. So that says a lot about you, bro. But yeah, as I said, man, it was a great weekend. And it was so dope to see so many first timers jump on and be in the building. Like those artists who I met for the very first time. And there was a few people who made their KCA debut. People like 1K Few, first time touching the KCA. Breno, first timer. Mike Teasy, first timer. Prophecy, first timer. Hey, listen, Deanna, don't start no trouble. She said Architect is a winner in my book, for real. Hey, listen, this is Real Rap 100. You can say how you feel, though. I mean, we don't play politics over here. We keep it $150. You know what I'm saying? Real. Jared Allstar says he's one of the humble ones, for sure. No question. And my man Architect says God won. That's all that matters to me. That's the right heart, bro. That's the right mindset. I love your posture. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, overall, as I said, you know, plenty of first timers. It was dope to see people like a Jared Allstar. Not Jared Allstar, Jared Sanders come back to New York. What's that? Yeah, Jared Sanders came back to New York after a 5-year hiatus. It's been a while since it's been in NYC. It was dope to see him. And yeah, listen, man, he left with a couple things in his hands, and he had a great weekend. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Marie Hamilton. Says Brea Miles is a winner in my book, for real. Hey, I agree with you. Brea Miles is dope, man. That's our sister. We love her. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we see her making some moves. Yeah, salute to Brea Miles. Denzel said Architect is different. No question. I'm trying to buy a little more time for my brother Rich Dolphin to jump on. If he don't jump on in a minute or two, I'm have to ride without him. So we ain't messing around. Real. Let me just give him a ETA, get his ETA real quick. Yeah, but as I was saying, shout out to everybody who came through, man. It was really a dope weekend. And then when I say a weekend, like for me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I personally enjoyed the pre-show more than the main show. Reason being, because for me on the main show, there's a lot more stress involved. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more stress involved. I'm working, so I'm doing all the technical stuff, so I don't really get to fully enjoy the main event. But with the pre-show, you know, I'm able to relax a little more and really just enjoy the actual event. And it was really dope. Shout out to DJ Focus. Shout out to Dice Gamble and the legendary CO from Idol Kings, who flew all the way from California to be a part of the panel. Listen, they had a tough job that night. But yo, I see my man Richard Dolphin just jumping on. So I'm about to let him in the space. I should leave him backstage at this point. You know what I'm saying? But yo, give it up for my man Richard Dolphin, yo.
Yo, y'all killing me. What's going on? What's going on, family?
What's good, King?
Yo, we here, man. We here. We know what we came to do. We know what we came to talk about. I've been waiting for this one. I've been waiting for this one. I'm trying to keep calm, but now I bumped that. Yo, we wildin'. Let's go. Let's get it.
That's it. All right. So listen, we ain't even gonna hold y'all no longer. I've been holding y'all off for a few minutes. I mean, because I needed my co-host here to really set this one off. You know what I'm saying? Because anyhow. So let's start with the pre-show.
Right.
Let's start with the pre-show. The pre-show, for those who don't know, was the kickoff for the weekend on a Friday, September 27th, live from Church City, USA. Shout out to Pastor Rich and the Church City family. You know what I'm saying? And it was 7 contestants who were competing to perform the following day on the main stage at the Kingdom Choice Awards. The contestants were Architect from Harlem, USA. Malachi the Truth from Harlem, USA. We had Q Flow representing Philadelphia. We had Lyricy representing Brooklyn. We had High Def Tone, Philadelphia. We had Highlight Reel all the way from Atlanta. And am I missing someone?
Forever TV.
Forever.
Wow.
All the way from Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? And listen, it was a movie. I can't remember the full order, but what I will say is, we was round the back, we prayed it up, we dapped it up. You know what I'm saying? And what I loved about it is that, the artists, the contestants, the fellowship was genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There weren't nobody was standoffish. You know what I mean? Everybody was just gelling. Everybody was just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good vibe. And then we came with the names in the hat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody picked out a name. And that's where we decided the order of who goes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, seventh, 6th and 7th. Now, the first round was the survival of the fittest.
Or survival of the illest.
Word. That's what I should have did. That's what I should have called it. Survival of the illest.
Yeah.
The reason why we called it that is because 2 were going that first round. Now I'm saying 2 was going that first round, and you had to be one of the fittest to make it through. So the first up was Q Flow.
Yeah.
Now I must say this. Q Flow set it off right. Q Flow set it off right, bro.
I agree.
He came with that Philly beast mode energy.
And I like the show. Again, competitions like this is chess.
Yeah.
You are still trying to be lyrical, but you still want to move the crowd, and you also have to impress the judges. And you don't even know what they came looking for. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what they came looking for, but you got to go ahead and try to figure it out. So I think the joint that he came on with, I think that was a right fitting joint. That was like perfect, especially to set the night off, because you don't know what to expect from everybody. You know what I mean? So.
Yep. Yeah. So Q Flow came, did his thing. He bodied his first round.
Solid.
Hands down. He's like Q Flow set the tone. Q Flow set the tone where whoever was coming behind him, we knew everybody knew. Everybody knew this ain't a game.
It's time to work.
You know what I'm saying? So after Q Flow, who was it, Malachi?
No, it was Lyricy.
Lyricy, yes. All right, Lyricy came. All right, let me just say something about Lyricy, bro.
Let's go.
Let me say something about Lyricy. One thing I can say about Lyricy.
Or you want to wait?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm just gonna just say this real quick. I'm not gonna elaborate too much.
All right, cool.
But One thing I can say about Lyricy prepared for this event. He was polished. He was ready.
Yes.
He didn't drop the catch no time.
Yes.
Nah, for real. Lyricy, if this competition was based on preparedness, he won. Because she was prepared. Know what I'm saying? So Lyricy came bodied her first round. Who was third?
Third, I think it was Malachi.
All right, Malachi came. Now listen, when Malachi's beat dropped, I was like, whoa, it just sounded beastly. And he started off spitting. He started off like, yeah. I'm like, all right, Truth.
I heard the beat during sound check and I was like,
uh-huh.
And his son made it.
Uh-huh.
Crazy. His son made the track. And I'm like,
oh, word?
Yeah, that was his son.
Yo, that beat.
His son made the track. So I'm over here like, whoa.
Yeah, that beat was fire.
Yo, it's like when, when it drop you like this.
Yeah, exactly. It moves the room. It stops the room.
Yeah.
So he started off. He starts spitting. I'm like, all right, Truth.
Mm-hmm.
But truth be told, he fumbled the ball. He dropped the ball. And man, I was so disappointed, bro. I ain't gonna front. Like, I was like, yo, no, Truth, no, you didn't. Because I was like, yo, I ain't gonna front. In my head, he was gone. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo, you fumbled the ball. You dropped the ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? You out of there. Unless somebody else fumbles it worse than you, you might just be out of there, first rounder. And I was not expecting that from Truth at all. So I was a little concerned at that point, and I was a little disappointed, to be honest, because I thought he was gone. So after Truth was forever.
Yeah. I think High Def Tone.
Yes, you're right. High Def Tone.
Yeah.
High Def Tone. He wasn't bad. High Def Tone. This is where I think High Def Tone. Yeah, High Def Tone. This is where I think he went wrong a little, and it cost him. He went a cappella. Now let me tell you something. When you go a cappella in New York City, bro, your bars, because you ain't got nothing else to depend on. See, like how Malachi had a dope beat, and he was able to lean on it and do his thing. High Def never had a beat to help him out. So if you don't have a beat and you're going a cappella, you gotta be like, yo, every bar, every punchline gotta be hitting. You gotta shake the room with your bars. And High Def, very ministry minded. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't think the bars was hitting hard enough for an a cappella. They wasn't whack, but they wasn't like that. There wasn't a cappella bars that he needed for this competition. What's your thought, Rich?
I agree with you. And I think it's also one of those things where, again, you have to know your skill set and your strength. Not to say that he didn't. I'm just saying, because in a case like Malachi, coming off the energy that he had, that high end, like, oh,
right.
The room was like,
yeah.
Me, automatically, I, as an artist, I'm going to go a cappella. Because I know how to calm the room down and then build the room back up so that I can have the room back in the palm of my, you know what I mean? Back room, have the room with, and what you said, bars, punching, and you know what I mean? And even make a reference to so you think you got bars to realize, hold up, why we here? You know what I mean? And I probably would have said something about whatever, you know what I mean? To emphasize why we here. Why? Because I don't know what the judges are looking for. And make that in a mention, which would work. But again, in what not everybody can go ahead and do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then also too, not everybody's looking at things the same way, which is why the preparation process of doing an event like this, you know, it's hit or miss.
Yeah.
You can have the right, you can have the right theory, the right thing to do in theory, but can you deliver it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean,
you know
that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was with High Def. You know, High Def. Salute to High Def. I love that dude. You know what I mean? Good dude, solid brother. You know what I mean? Genuine soul. You know what I mean? But I think that was a mistake. You know, going a cappella
first
and not rocking the room and preparing. And this is a New York thing. Like, understand, New York ain't like no other place. Like, we know what bars are. We know what we're looking for. You know what I mean? And he just never delivered. He wasn't trash. He just didn't rise to the bar level that we needed him to. So,
and you know what? I think a perfect analogy, you know, rappers like basketball. He went and he did a windmill dunk. He did the windmill dunk to perfection. He did it.
Right.
But the thing is, New York is, if you gonna go ahead and do for a dunk contest, I want to see something I've never heard before.
Right.
So the standard is like that much higher. So if you do something regular, or if you do something that's good, but I wanted to see something.
Yeah. You needed to shake the room. Needed to move the room.
Expectations like, yo, I wanna.
Right.
So good ain't even good enough.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on because we got a lot to get to.
Yeah.
Next up was it Forever?
I think Forever. Yeah.
Yeah, Forever. I liked Forever. I enjoyed Forever. Like, I ain't gonna front. Forever came, and you know, Forever got this quirky way about her. You know what I'm saying? But Forever, yo, she performed. She gave us like songs. Like, it was like a concert. You know what I'm saying?
And she spit though.
Yes.
That's the thing. She spit though. It wasn't like she was over here like just trying to song us. No, she's giving bars, and it was the total package. It was a total package.
She gave us the total package. You're right. Everything. That's what I can say about Forever. She had a dope first round. You know, she gave us everything. She performed. She gave us songs. She gave us bars, and she got the audience involved.
Yes.
And the panel.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So salute to Forever. She killed her first round. After her was it Highlight?
No, Architect.
Oh, Tech. All right. Tech, listen. Architect was flawless all night. Architect, I was trying to find a bad moment for him, but there was none to find. Architect bodied every round, like
check all the boxes.
I just signaled every box was checked. He bodied. He gave us bars. He gave us performance, delivery. He didn't drop the ball. There was nothing. Like, he was flawless. Like, killed it. Know what I'm saying?
Very prepared and equipped.
Yes.
He came war ready.
That's another thing as well. Like, I said it about Lyricy. I gotta say the same about Tech. But I don't think, honestly, I'm sure he did some preparation, but I just think Architect he just stays ready. I mean, he stays prepared. If you can drop a freestyle every Friday, like, you're not a normal person, bro. Know what I'm saying?
And he didn't use not one of them.
Right. Know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Tech body. Then Highlight Reel from Atlanta came in. Love that dude. You know what I'm saying? Highlight wasn't bad. I think it's just, and one thing with Highlight was like very ministry focused, but I think it didn't hurt him, but it was like, it ain't that kind of party right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could like minister because everybody ministered. You know what I'm saying? But bro, you gotta minister in a way where you're using bars and you're rocking the room. You know what I mean? And I think Highlight, he was dope. He was dope. I enjoyed him. You know what I mean? But it put him in a position, his performance put him in a position where the judges, they were able to look at the whole thing, and they was able to compromise. They were able to compromise and say, you know what? He didn't drop the ball, but he didn't really give us the bars that we were looking for. And I think that's where Malachi got himself a pass. Because I ain't going front. I thought Malachi was gone. Thought he was gone. But I think where he got saved was iDef didn't deliver by doing the acapella, and Highlight didn't deliver the way that we felt like he should have. Like, he wasn't bar heavy, but he was dope though. Can I be honest? If I was on the panel, I'm gonna be honest. Malachi would have got dead in the first round. You know what I'm saying? If I was on the panel, I would have dropped Malachi the first round. Just for the simple fact that he fumbled the ball. You know what I mean? And I would have gave a Highlight Reel a pass. But I'm not going to say that the panel didn't make a good decision, though. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because what Malachi continued to do for the rest of the night.
And you know what? Let me say this.
Yeah.
Because I want to say that because this is real crucial. Because I think, you know how you said automatically he fumbled the ball, so he's done.
Yeah.
Where does that come from? Mm-hmm. That comes from New York state of mind.
Right.
In battle rap, if you stumble, if we're in 3 rounds, you stumble, you lose that round. I don't care how fire you were. Our judges are not from New York, so they're not judging based on our rules.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not necessarily judging on our rules. They're judging based on, you know what? Nah, I want to see Truth go on because Truth had something better than this thing. Then high def tone or Highlight Reel now, which brought to the table that excel. Right. Whereas a New York state of mind, it's like, hold up, nah, but you stumbled. You don't even have to. It's not like he forgot the line and hold on, let me get back now. If you stumble, if you stutter, you're done. That's the standard, which is why when we say when you're going out to perform, know where you coming from. Because if you're going to ATL, your beats better not. Because they don't care about no daggone acapella. That acapella is not existent. You better come with it and you better say something. You better move the crowd. When you come to New York, you better say something.
So,
you know what I mean?
The judges had to make the decision, and boom, they sent Highlight Reel and high def tone home. I ain't gonna front, I was a little surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because when they said that, I was like, whoa, Highlight. I actually turned to the person sitting next to me on the control booth. I said, yo, they saved Malachi? And I was like, yo, they saved him. I was like, all right, Malachi back in the game. Because I just knew he was going home. But as I said, it wasn't a bad decision. Because Malachi got himself back in the game.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Second round. I can't remember the order, but we got to get through this quick.
I know. Second round, I think we might as well just get to where we got to get to. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Second round. Wait, what round was it? Was it the third round that Tech did the freestyle?
Yeah, Tech did the freestyle. And this is where it got kind of crazy, y'all. This is like pivotal and crucial.
So second round, 2 went home.
Q-Flow went home.
Yeah, Q-Flow, he did okay in that round. I mean, he was good. It was very good. But I just don't think I think if you kill that first round, you're supposed to take it to a next round. a next level, the next round. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what messed him up? Well, I'm not gonna say what messed him up, but something he performed the song "We Outside."
Right. You're right. I forgot. You don't do "We Outside" in New York, bro. That's Ranger's song, bro.
He said that's.
You know what I'm saying? yo, you messed up. You know what I'm saying? You did that song "We Outside," and that was like in New York. "We Outside" is an anthem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're right. I remember that. Anyway, so let's just get through this round.
And Forever
Q Flow.
Amazing. That Forever had to go as well.
Yes, I was a little surprised at that.
Forever was knocking.
Yeah,
Forever's fire.
I ain't go front. Yeah.
No.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Forever, I was a little surprised when Forever was like dropped as well, because he was strong. He was strong. But anyway, let's get to that third round. Third round is the semifinals heat.
This is
right?
The round.
Now, Lyricy, as I said, prepared. Came in, did a thing. Architect, though. Malachi, I can't remember exactly what he did, but he did what he did. He didn't drop the ball. He did what he did. But that dude, Architect,
the alien.
Architect did something.
The alien.
And this is why I gotta call Richard Dawson a prophet. You know what I'm saying? Because
no,
when we was,
that's what you said, the barologist.
Yes, the barologist, but also you was prophetic. Because in the last Real Rap 100, when we was talking about
the last two,
the pre-show, one thing that you said this event can be funny because the dude who had the dopest round may not necessarily win the competition. And for me, and I think for a lot of people, what Architect did in that third round, when he freestyled the whole round, talking about Dice Gamble's clothes and everything else in the room, and you knew it was a freestyle. That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. Like, I just knew that Architect was going in to the final.
And he did it flawlessly.
Didn't drop the catch. No time.
Like he wrote it.
Yeah.
And this is where it got tricky, because after the three, everybody's blown away by the freestyle. Now, matter of fact, let me replay the round so that people can actually get this. First round, Malachi went, killed it.
Yeah.
Lyricy came behind that and said, you know what? I like that beat Malachi had.
Right.
And she did a version
on the same joint.
So it was like,
I went crazy.
I was just like, yo, sis went.
Yeah.
So now it's like,
I forgot.
The back. Right. Now who's back against the wall right now is Architect, just to play it out. Yeah. And Architect, what are you gonna do now?
Right.
Because right now, at that, Lyricy had a moment for the night.
Yeah.
Because she made it a battle without making it a battle.
Yes.
And she killed. And no one saw that coming. And here comes Architect.
Yep.
Being the barsmith that he is.
Yeah.
Let me do something that none of y'all doing. Nobody, I don't know if anybody else in this competition is going to be able to do. And he freestyled the whole round.
Yep.
Flawlessly. Everybody's blown away. DJ Focus gets on. And he says, hold up. Bump that. That's hard to judge. All y'all got to freestyle.
Right.
And now it puts everybody hold up. You changing the face of the competition. Focus is like, yo, I thought this joint said, so you think you got bars.
Right.
Why can't they go ahead and do what he did? It's only right to fair, which caused some controversy. And then which eventually led, right? And this is where it gets eventually led for
Malachi to have to compete with Architect, and Literacy automatically advances to the final round.
Right.
This is where it got a little shaky, in the room, because if Architect did so well, according to one of the judges, to the point where he asked that everybody else should do what he did, the question raises, then why not Architect automatically advance to the second round?
Right.
And then Literacy and Malachi, they do off to see who goes in. But what happened? Malachi and it was Harlem versus Harlem.
Right.
Acapella. Here we go again, which led to a bonus round to go to see who goes to the second round. Architect gives an acapella that's fire, incredible, up to standard. And Malachi does an acapella as well. But he starts talking about like his journey of same-sex marriage and different like LGBT communities, and thought-provoking questions that was like whoa that we've never even thought of.
Right.
And he put that in the act, and it's like hold up.
Right.
Both are excellent, but then again, back to my dunk contest analogy. If you guys are in a dunk contest, you're gonna judge a person by whoever did something that they've never heard before. Right. And I think that's what gave Malachi the edge, because no one has ever heard someone speaks from their vantage point that transparently and that and being so vulnerable about a subject that people barely talk about, that it's hardly preached, let alone rap.
Right. Yeah, bro. I have nothing to add to that. You nailed it, bro. Like, that's exactly what it was. That's why you needed to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because like, looking at it from that perspective, that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? Again, you go back, the judges, and I think everybody in the room
round one
would have said Tech, based on the freestyle, should have went through. You know what I mean? However, they made a decision and they said, hey, Tech and Truth have to go at it again. You know what I mean? And they did it again, and Malachi did something, as you said, and it won the judges over. So we ended up in the final. You know what I mean?
And then at the final, you have Literacy, and you have Malachi. Literacy does a record, a joint that's, again, Literacy did not miss a beat all night.
Nah. She was prepared. It went from literally
her being a curiosity. Let's see what she bringing to the table, because she's the newer, probably the lesser known than everybody. What I loved about so the whole lineup, you got veterans, you got people, you got out of towners, you got a whole jumbo of everybody, right?
Yeah.
And representing for the females automatically. Let me see what this woman of God is coming with. And she stepped up to the plate where everybody was like, oh, she upped it every time. Malachi came and he did his acapella that was just the bars, what we wanted. The bars, to the point where it eventually led to the judges saying, like, listen, we can't like call the winner. Let's just they both need to go ahead and perform with these performances.
Here's the thing. Dice Gamble came over to me in the control booth.
Hold up. This is world premiere, y'all. World premiere. This right here, this is what Marcus is about to say. Because I was sitting there next to my man Jared Sanders, and we was like, hold up. You know, we call Dice Gamble, she was like the Grim Reaper. When Dice Gamble talk about you, that means she gonna affirm you. She's gonna speak life into you and back you up. So when she get up and go all the way back to the audio room, me and Jared looked at each other like, hold up, what's going on here? So I'm glad that please I just had to like set that up for you.
she came over to me and she said, Marcus, and she had this look in her face where she almost looked like she wanted to cry, bro. Like she just had this look of despair in her eyes. Like she said, Marcus, can we let both of them go through? And my initial response was, no, y'all gotta pick one. I said it. I didn't even blink. I didn't even think. I was just like, no, you gotta pick one. And she said, oh man. And she said, okay. And she walked away, went back to sit next to the other two panelists. And I'm there and I'm looking at all three of them. And they all looked absolutely stressed. They all looked like bewildered. And I'm looking at them and I said, you know what? And I went over, I walked over to them. I kneeled down, I kind of crouched down in front of all three of them because I wanted to hear what all three had to say. And I said, what's up? What's the problem here? And Focus was like, yo, bro, like, I think, yo, we want to send both of them. We can't pick one. It's like, it's hard. I said, CO, what are you saying? He said, Marcus, I feel the same way, bro. If we can we just let both of them go? I looked at Dice and she was like, yeah, man, this one's a tough one. I said, you know what? You're a call. Honestly, though, if I could have rewinded the time, I think I would have said, nah, you got to pick one. You know what I mean? But, however, they pushed both of them through, both Malachi and Lyricy. And you know what? I'll be honest. Like, after it was all said and done, it's like, I didn't feel bad about it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, because seeing even how Malachi reacted to it, like, I've never seen a Malachi emotional like that. You know what I'm saying? I know it had a lot to do with his mom. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, getting that W. You know what I mean? Because, again, even he knew. He said it. He said he thought he was gone that first round. But he was given a chance to, you know, kind of redeem himself. But, you know, it was a great night. After all that was said and done, it was a great night. And Tech, I gotta salute Architect just for being a great sportsman. And I've said it to him personally, and I will say it to, like, now on this public platform, that if God gives us the grace to do KCA next year, Architect is getting a slot for himself because he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna have to do no thing. I think you got bars competition for it. He's going on the flyer. You know what I'm saying?
First slot. Because
he did so well. And I just believe that he was deserving of it. So, Tech, if you're still in the room, you heard me say it right here on Real Rap 100.
He's on camera.
You know what I'm saying?
The only way you're not gonna make it is if you backslide. So stay faithful.
You gonna be in the building, Tech. You got a slot. You gonna be on the flyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
So yeah, that was the pre-show. It was an amazing event, and I will say again, if God gives us the grace to continue to do the KCA weekend, that is our pre-show event. So you think you got bars? Yeah, that's been the best pre-show event that we have ever had in the history of the KCA.
And now I gotta say this. I gotta say this, right? Matter of fact, 3 things that I predicted happened that night. I had a feeling that High Def Tone and Highlight Reel were going to be going the first round. Not because they weren't capable, but because the New York artists and the New York sound and what people want, I didn't know if they were going to be able to adapt. And that happened. I also predicted that the person with the best round, 9 times out of 10, there's a high possibility if this is an event, you can have the best round and not make it. And to be honest, I think that's what happened to Architect. And the third was that, man, that pre-show, gonna be like the way they had the energy in the building, had everybody the suspense, and it was just like people. I know at first people probably wasn't expecting to be so bought into the event as it did, you know. But the room was. Me and Jared All-Star was like, it was like we was watching wrestling, trying to see who was gonna win, how this advance. Like we were just so invested, and the whole crowd was invested, which was amazing. But I think this is, and I'm gonna say this even to piggyback what you were saying, even in regards to Malachi, and I think there's a ministry moment, even in this, is just the fact that, yeah, even though Malachi may have messed up the first round or whatever, and people may think so this, and people may think that, at the end of the day. And I said this to Lyricy while she was in the back, like while she was preparing, because I felt like I could just feel like, sis, you good? And I remember sharing with her, like, listen, at the end of the day, yeah, it's a so-called competition or whatever, but at the end of the day, you're only competing to do one thing. You're not competing against someone. It's all about you just staying close and just sharing your heart and sharing what God gave you in the face of God. That's all that matters. And I believe that what Malachi had to say was needed for the night.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It was needed for the night. And the moment that he had was needed, and it was necessary, you know? And God favored him, and God, you know, God's grace is sufficient, you know, regardless of what anybody thinks. You know what I mean? Promotion at the end of the day comes from the Lord, you know, and even with you saying Malachi, you saying architect going on to the next year, it goes to show that when you humble yourself, you will be exalted.
Come on, bro.
Because architect was never salty. Listen, my pastor came on the pulpit, was like, I'm gonna say this right now before my message. Right after communion or something. Like, he's like, yo, listen, what you call him should have won, and that's that. Architect should have won. And
on Sunday service.
In
Sunday service. Live streaming. Everything. Packed house.
Hilarious.
You know what I mean? But dope night. You know what I mean? And again, shout out to Church City, USA. Shout out to Pastor Rich for allowing us to host it there. It definitely was a great event. And you know, great everything you said, Rich, was on point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just went the way that it was supposed to. And again, ain't taking nothing from Malachi. Malachi dropped some gems up in there. You know what I'm saying? Like some heavy gems. That we needed to hear. And it was so thought-provoking and so impactful, even on the panel, that like it just did what it was supposed to do. So again, salute to Malachi. And you know what I mean, he did his thing. All right, so moving on to the main event real quick. We're gonna try to get through this super quick because we spent a minute on the pre-show. You know what I mean? But following day, all roads led to the Symphony Space live on Broadway for KCA 2024. And again, weather was not on our side. It rained pretty much all day, bro. Yeah. Really slowed things down. I know there was people who bought tickets who didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, with there, people pulled up. And I must say, like the response that I've been getting has been huge. Like the turnout wasn't as big as last year. The turnout, even though we got a decent turnout, but it wasn't as big as last year. I was hoping that we would have grew it a little more, even if it was just a little. You know what I mean? Or at least got the exact same turnout. But I think a few things played a role. I think weather definitely played a role. And the economy. Speaking with Pastor Tommy, who does Flavor Fest, he was like, Flavor Fest took a hit this year. Like, I mean, you was at the one in New York, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, very nowhere near the turnout that it got last year. You know what I mean? And Pastor Tommy said the different places that he went, Houston, everywhere around, where else he went with Flavor Fest, He said the turnouts were not good. Even the one with KB headline, they didn't get the turnout, and he kind of attributed it to the economy. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, we got a decent turnout, and just to start off, our brother Prophecy opened up the stage. Yo, listen, Prophecy, don't sleep on it.
Yo,
I mean, Prophecy was
solid.
dope. I like Prophecy, bro.
Yo,
I was kind of mad that I was like, nah, this dude should have been on a little later, but it was the way it was set up. I mean, right. I think he's dope. I'd love to see him back at the KCA. Flogic, they came on. I think they was coming with this mindset to like worship and bring the room, and you know, Flogic, they can spit, but they are certified church girls as well. You know what I mean? And they don't shy away from it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So they came,
that life.
Yeah, and they was bringing, they came to bring that church, that Kojic vibe. You know what I mean? You know, it was alright, but you don't do that at KCA, bro. You know what I'm saying? But they did their thing. They did their song, they rocked out, and that was that. Denzel, shout out to Denzel.
Yo.
Denzel had a good set, bro. Denzel, like, he brought that, like, that, you know, that Afro beat style and everything that he did.
I think everybody was on their feet. Everybody that brought that first row to their feet. They was over there, you know, because I was there in the front row. I mean, like, everybody was vibing. He definitely had the room vibing. Like, we was definitely floating, definitely to the beat of Denzel. That Omar was knocking through the building, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely.
He did well.
Omar was knocking.
He did well. Yeah, he did. Yeah, salute to Denzel. Denzel had a solid set, solid performance. I think after him, who was it? I think it was Wingy. Was it Wingy?
Didn't Breno come out?
Nah, Breno came out after Wingy.
Okay.
Yeah, Wingy and them came out representing the reggae gospel, the Caribbean vibe. Did they thing? Him and Davil did they thing.
I love the diversity of the fact that we're implementing, you know, those Caribbean elements, and even Denzel with the Afrobeat vibes. And I think it's a great addition to so it's not just so hip hop dominated, but it just shows like this is kingdom.
It don't get so monotonous. You know what I'm saying?
This is what the kingdom sound like. So that I agree with that. Definitely.
Yeah. So Wingy and Davil, salute to them.
Why
did they think that was and you know what? Because it was both of them performing, they like had a double set, so it was a 10-minute set. You know what I'm saying?
Because each of them had 5, so it's 5 and
right.
5.
But it's like I did not feel that 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Because we've had in the past where we had a sponsored set one time where someone like a label bought both sponsored sets, so they had a 10-minute set, and that set was long, bro. You know what I'm saying? No shade. They wasn't trash, but it was just super long. But yo, that 10-minute set,
it felt like 5 minutes because it flowed. The way they flowed and the way they bounced off of each other, it just seemed like it was a group. Like the way the energy is like these are 2 solo artists, but it definitely felt like it was a group, which is, you know, commendable. Fire.
Yeah, man, they did their thing. And then I think it was C4. C4 is a legend in the making.
Yo, C4 is a bad.
Yo, when I say listen, listen, C4, he ain't just got bars. C4 is anointed, bro.
Got oil.
C4 is anointed. And you know when you know that he's anointed, like he's not even doing too much. He's not exerting himself too much. He's just like spitting, but he's flowing under the anointing, bro. Like
speaks for itself.
C4 special, bro.
You know,
C4 special.
You know who C4 reminds me of? C4 reminds me of, you will probably know this, Marcus, and this is for the OGs, man. those who are really outside. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I'm gonna do my OG flex, my vet flex real quick. You know what I mean? Yo, Lavarsier.
Yes.
Lavarsier would stand flat-footed, mic in hand. I don't even think he goes to the left or to the right. C4 move way more than Lavarsier. But everything that comes out through the microphone is just straight up a wave of anointing, and you hear everything that it's saying, and it's preaching, it's ministering to you, and it's bar. It's not just metaphors for the sake of metaphors, but it's so ministry, it's so kingdom, it hit, and you can be edified through the bars, man, which is something special, which is something that's unique, and it's a package that not everybody has in the kingdom, you know, which is what makes C4 definitely one of them ones, man. And the fact that
C4
he's from New York,
special.
that's us.
Yep. C4 special, bro.
Definitely.
C4 special. Like, that dude is special. For real. Who else do we have? I'm just gonna keep going. Breno.
Yo.
Breno.
He's one of my.
Breno is another special one.
He's
special. And let me tell you why he's special. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why he's special. Hold on a second. Let me show you this. Let me show you why he's special.
What's going on, man? I'm here with my bro straight from Michigan.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Breno came through and killed it. Had a fire performance. I was backstage and I felt the building shaking. I'm like, oh, what's going on there? And then I'm over here, you know, I'm artist coordinator. I'm pulling artists list. Yo, tell us, this is your first time here at the Kingdom Choice Awards. Tell us about your experience.
Bro, 10 out of 10. This experience has been amazing in every level. Just the camaraderie, the unity, the love. Everyone's so welcoming out here. And not only that, bro, the excellence behind the scenes is top notch. That was 10 out of 10.
Wow.
Like, I'm like 5 stars. Like, great.
Shout out to the team. Shout out to the team.
I was so loved, cared for. I knew what was happening. Everyone was celebrating. Man, I just loved it. And to share the stage with everyone here and to just celebrate what God is doing. Like, that's the biggest part, man. So, man, I'm 10 out of 10, bro.
Yo,
amazing.
And you ain't leave. You came all the way to New York and you ain't coming empty-handed. You got some hardware, man.
Yes,
How did
sir.
it feel to actually win the Kingdom Choice Award?
Feels amazing, bro.
That's
feels amazing. So honored, so humbled, bro. Just amongst the other people who were nominated, like everyone's breaking through. Like everyone is being used by God in a mighty way. We recognize He would be that is not.
Listen, man. This is our first time hearing you on the Kingdom Choice Award stage. New York loved you. Come on, you know what I mean? You got love. Man, it was a blessing to see you. You brought your family out, your parents,
Shout out to my
brought
pops.
your wife in here in the building, man. Listen, you also, when you accepted your award, this is my last piece, you said some powerful things and you led us in on your secret sauce.
Yeah.
We talked about it backstage,
Yes,
man.
sir.
What is that secret sauce as a Christian hip hop minister? What is talk to the people?
The secret sauce is the local church. Y'all need to get plugged into the local church. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the local church. My calling and gifting in music would not be established and have a foundation if it wasn't for the local church. To have a head pastor and a pastoral team that prayed for me and sent me off to KCA with anointing, with the Spirit, and with love, I want to be here if it wasn't for them. And we all need a local church in our life, man. That's the superpower to any successful artist, minister of any sorts. Have a local church. Get plugged in today.
That's it.
Mic drop moment.
That's it.
Mic drop moment.
That's it. Like, listen, Breno is what he did on the stage.
Yep.
Is a result of what he just shared, what he just testified. Like that again, another one who he got bars, but he anointed, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He anointed, and just that what he shared, like every, not just Christian hip hop artist, every minister, everybody who's in ministry, you know what I'm saying, needs to hear and apply what he just said. You know what I'm saying? Breno was one of my favorites for the night. Like Breno, for somebody, his first time to New York City, period. His first time to KCA. And he got on that stage like he belonged and rocked the room. And you know what? I gotta salute his wife, bro.
She was lit.
Yeah.
She was over here like every verse. She was
Yo.
I was like, yo.
Listen,
was
she set the
fire.
tone for the audience.
Fire.
You know what I mean? He was like, yo, if y'all ain't gonna jump and y'all ain't gonna salute my hubby, I'ma set the tone. And bro, yo, salute to Breno. Amazing set. And he killed it. He definitely killed it. I can't wait to see more from him. You know what I mean? I met his dad and his mom afterwards as well.
Solid.
The fact that they just came
Michigan
to support him, like, it just says a lot about who he is. Like, having parents like that, because he ain't no little whippersnapper. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that his parents came to support him, like, it says a lot about, you know, his upbringing and, you know, who his parents are in his life. You know what I'm saying? But moving forward, let's go to all right, this was a highlight too. Rick Montero and the squad, YP, the commissioner,
the
Roddy. You know what I'm saying? Who am I missing? There's one more. Diamond, Hawk Mob. Yo, listen.
Gritty came with it.
They brought it, man.
Gritty.
Like, I had the pleasure of creating their backdrop for them. And I'm not even sure if Pastor Rich realized that I used a snippet of his preaching. I'm not even sure if you realized in the beginning, because we didn't have the host introduce the set. We did it as a spontaneous performance. So the theater just went dark and the intro started playing where the Pastor Rich is preaching. I don't think y'all realize it. I keep forgetting to ask him.
Because I was backstage, so when I just heard, I missed that because I was backstage getting ours. But when I heard Rick, and I was like, "Oh, he on?" Then I went out, so I missed that.
Right
when he started rapping, I'm like, "Yo, running." Yeah. So like that intro started. It started create like because I put a rumbling sound in the back. Pastor Rich is preaching, and then it just goes, "We Christians ain't running," and then they come out, and bro, I can't front. They had a good set, bro. They had a good set. They delivered well. So that was a highlight. And even I heard a few people mention that set and say, yo, that was a dope set. So salute to Rick Montero and the squad. They solidified that song, Ain't Running. Big up to Emron Henry, another one of the Caribbean guys. Yeah.
Came through, did his thing, brought the energy, rocked the room, represented for the Caribbean vibe. Paito. Gotta give it up to Paito for his KCA debut. Did his thing. I also had the pleasure of creating his backdrop too. And M, Range, and Rick Montero,
solid.
They delivered.
They delivered. Yeah, I was about to say they understood the assignment and they completed the objective. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
They delivered. They rocked the room and they just delivered, bro. Like, Paito is just a worshiper at heart. And there's no shame in his game. And shout out to his church. Shout out to his bishop. They came out deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came out deep. So salute to them as well. But yeah, Paito had an amazing set. Dope set. Killed it. Who else we got? Jared All-Star and Lady Divina.
That's where I'm ready to go.
Oh, listen, what's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all, Jared All-Star and Lady Divina? Y'all can't just come out and do something regular? You know what I mean?
Never.
Nah, I gotta salute what they did. Like, they had an amazing set last year. And you know, when you have such a dope set, it's like, well, how do you top that, or how do you compete with that?
Yep.
They understood the assignment. You know what I'm saying? Like they came, like Jared just came and did something different, something we wasn't expecting.
That opening.
Yes,
I mean,
bro.
melodic.
Oh my God! I was like, whoa, this dude can really, really sing.
I'm mad jealous now. That's my man, but I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Yeah. They're an amazing duo as a husband and wife duo. They did their thing. There was a little hiccup with the mic at the beginning of his set. And that was one issue for the night. I will just touch on that real quick. Because with the theater, you have to hire a union sound engineer who's assigned to that theater, whether you use them or not, and it's very expensive. You know what I mean? So what I've been doing over the last 2 years, I've been paying twice. I'm paying for the union sound engineer, but I'm also bringing in my own engineer and paying them. So this year I was like, I'm not paying twice. If you're a union engineer, that means that you're qualified as a qualified sound engineer. You should be able to do the job. However, what happened with this year, they sent a guy who's never been to the symphony space before. And this man looked like he's about to retire. Had full of gray. Looked like he in his late 60s. You know what I mean? And he just didn't really know the board. And not only did he knew the board, but he wasn't quick enough. For an event like this, you have to be quick. You have to be on top of things. And the event was just a little too fast paced for him. So we were running into issues where, and he was a likable guy, very personable, but he just couldn't keep, he couldn't keep up with the pace. So that's why we were running into issues at times with mics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened with Jared. When he first started to sing, he wasn't getting no mic. So I had to tell him, yo, turn his mic on. And then Jared attempted to pick up from when his mic go, but I said, nah. So I restarted his whole joint. But that was good, I think. You know what I mean? I think it was a good call.
Nah, it flowed from me being, I'm front and center. Yes, we noticed that the mic wasn't on, but it happened so quick. It's not something that hindered the performance because because from Jared, then Davina started rocking, and it was just like, and Davina just got like this effortless swag.
Yeah,
like, I'm swaggy,
behind
I'm
him.
not really trying to be swaggy, but I'm really swaggy.
Killing it, bro.
You know what I mean? It's so fire. Like, so that's something I definitely enjoyed. And the energy and how they bounce back off of each other. They went and got the change their clothes. They started off fatigue and came. This is what you do. This is what lets you know that you ready for Broadway. Where you have the presence of mind. It's not just getting up there and rap.
Yeah, and just rocking.
There's other aspects of it. Not saying that those who just get up there and rap, if you got it like that, I mean, do what you're called to do. But then also the showmanship, the showmanship, I think that's something that is a lost art in a sense, especially in hip hop, so I appreciated that overall presentation, man. That was solid for them.
Very, very dope. Very dope. Again, salute to Jared and Davina, Lady Davina. Y'all killed it again. Now I'm saying, you've earned yourself. If y'all keep the work up, you've earned yourself a consideration for KCA for the next joint. You know what I mean? All right. Mari Love. Mari Love is a star in the making.
Mari Love, she's a beast.
Mari Love is amazing. Like her voice, and she's another anointed one, bro. Know what I mean? Her voice, and she got that oil. And what I love about her, she just came on the stage. You could tell she wasn't there to kind of. She was like, whatever happens, or whatever you do, Lord, you do it. I'm not going to try to create a moment for myself. I'm just going to minister out of my heart. You know what I mean? And that's what she did. And she touched the room, bro. She touched the room. Shout out to Mary Love. Up next, we got Jared Sanders. Jared Sanders had a solid set. He's dope. He's dope. Yeah, he's dope. And he had a great night. He won 2 awards, one for album, one for lyricist. Well deserving. Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's what makes KCA like KCA levels the playing field. Now, I mean, it's not a popularity contest. And with the album of the year category, I'll give y'all a little inside scoop. It was a tough category.
That was the toughest category.
Yeah. That and the lyrics. Especially when the judges started to send in their picks and we were running into issues with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some was coming in for Derek Minor, others were considering 1K's album and Jared. So we literally had to get on the phone and call people, seriously, call notable people in Christian hip hop, like DJs and platform runners, and say, hey, what's your take? Now I'm saying, and it leaned towards Jared Sanders. You know what I'm saying? And that's what gave us the piece to say, all right, Jared is the one who's taking it. But yeah, salute to Jared, and that album is fire. And he had a dope performance, great night for him as well. Mike Teasy. Mike Teasy is another star in the making, man.
Yeah. He's a star. Like he's a star, man. The way his whole set, the way it was orchestrated, and he just knows music. Like you know, like he just knows music. Like there's some things that I like. Some artists that I'd be like, sometimes I listen to them, I'll be like, I don't listen to hear something good. I want to listen to get something bad, because it seems like you don't miss. Like, right. Like it seems like you don't miss. Like everything is straight up ear candy. Like everything is fire. Like, you know, nothing. You don't miss. He don't miss.
Nah, and he's multi-talented. He sings, he raps. It wouldn't surprise me if he produces as well. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's amazing talent. He had a good set. Looking to see more from him in New York as well.
And he won award too for Lay Your Hands on Me.
Oh yeah,
yes. One of them KCA wins. So that was a dope for his first time being at the KCA. Yep. So that's solid, man.
Yep. Sherwin Gardner was a special guest, made a special guest appearance, and performed his hit record, his viral record,
and he won
something good, and he won an award as well for Reggae Gospel Artist of the Year. Yeah. Shout out to Sherwin, man. He flew in for the event, and he flew in from London. He was in London, and then he flew in to New York. And then after he left from New York, I went to the Dove Awards as well. So yeah, salute to Sherwin. Amazing performance. Well deserved on the win as well. And that was great. Like even to see now, the room was with him. Like everyone knew the song. Yeah. That's when you know you got a viral record. You come to like a predominantly Christian hip hop event, and them dudes was rocking with him. Heavy.
We know what's up.
Yeah.
We know what gets us up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? When we on the vibe to work, when you going through, when you in your devotion, what you playing. You know what I'm saying? Nah,
yeah, man.
Well deserved. It was awesome. Again, he brought the worship element throughout the night. You know, worship from Daville and Wenji, and the worship from a Mighty Love. And then you have it, you know, even with Mike T a little bit, and then go
and Lady D.
Yeah, man. Fire.
That was dope. And we had 1K Few, who made his New York City debut, KCA debut, I should say. 1K, he did his thing. 1K had a dope performance. He's a showman. Yeah. 1K is a showman. He knows how to work a stage. He knows how to perform. He knows how to deliver. And then his imagery, his visuals was crazy. Salute to 1K. 1K did his thing. 1K did his thing. For his KCA debut, I actually really enjoyed his thing. You know what I mean? That dude jumped off the stage, jumped on the chair, got in the middle of the audience.
Yeah. He was getting it. He was definitely
he did his thing.
Doing his numbers,
and then he also won an award as well. What was his award for? Single of the year.
Yeah.
And then we had our boy Stephen Malcolm. Stephen Malcolm at a special set, man.
And
that dude came out with his son. We
got to be careful because his son almost like upstaged him. Like
listen, for a kid that little, I think he's 3 years old.
Too much.
For 3 years old to be able to have that level of confidence. Bro, he's gonna be special.
You can't have that amount of sauce, man, and you in a stroller, man. Like,
bro.
Like, you gotta chill out. You in a stroller, you got that much sauce, and the way he was hitting it, she was like, one, 2, 3, sunset.
And he jumping.
He was killing, man. Stephen Malcolm, another person had an amazing set. I found myself like, man, it's over. I want more. Like, can he get 5 more minutes? I found myself wanting more, wanted to hear more. Like, I wanted to hear, like, different songs because his catalog is crazy, man. But he definitely had a highlight performance, man. And he's a KCA vet at this point, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Let me say something. Stephen Malcolm is a great person. Like, I've dealt with a lot of artists. Some of them are jerks. I'll say this is Real Rap 100. This is Real Rap 100. Some artists are jerks, and I don't like some of them. You know what I mean? But Stephen Malcolm is a real dude, bro. Like, I got love for Stephen Malcolm. You know what I mean? Genuine brother. Much respect to him, and he's very humble. You know what I mean? And I really wish him well and sustained success. I mean, definitely. Stephen Malcolm.
Backstage as well. Like, he was just mad cool, mad peace.
Yeah.
Mad chill. And I think that's something
solid
that we need to celebrate as well. Because certain artists, just because you make great music, but there's another side that's unfortunate. But Stephen Malcolm, definitely, he's one of them ones, man. Definitely salute.
Yeah. Solid. Got to shout out Pastor Tommy as well. His honorary presentation was heartfelt. You could definitely tell. I mean, he really genuinely appreciated that. Him and his wife came through. They flew in from Florida. And we're keeping them in prayer as well, because Tampa just got hit, but thank God they didn't get hit too bad, and they survived the storm. Our closer of the night. Nobody knew him like that. Nobody didn't really know him like that outside of New York. But it was really put on my heart. I felt like God just put it on my heart.
Great cool.
We usually end it with worship, some kind of worship. But yeah, I definitely believe God put it on my heart to have our brother Quincy Kingston close it out with a spoken word piece. Broken Crayons, Still Color. And he moved the room.
Yes.
He moved the room. Like, he touched a lot of people with that piece. And it was a blessing. He brought us home nicely.
He landed the plane. He landed the plane correctly. Like, that's definitely how you land. That's how you end the night. And from interviewing different artists, his name kept coming up as one of the things that stood out. The Broken Crayon, Still Color, and it just ministered, man. Q to comment, absolutely, man. Q was phenomenal, man. Not everybody can do that, as far as like captivate an audience, and even for him, he was saying like, man, that's my first time at a Kingdom Choice Awards, man. I felt like, who made his debut, and to be able to do that. And also, what people don't know, Q, I know that was a spoken word piece, but Q can spit.
Yeah, he's a rapper.
I've seen Q rock buildings, and I mean, like, literally close the night and have it in the uproar doing hip hop. So the fact that he's able to do that, I've seen him like literally close out his shows in one
Yeah.
faction with the hype of the tempo, with the anthem, and then to be able to go ahead and in a spoken word form, again, like a cappella, that ability to transition and move the room, and that's special. That's definitely special, man. Definitely special, and that's something that few can do, which is commendable.
Yeah, it was powerful. It was powerful. You know what I mean? So yeah, Q ended the night, and then I came on stage, gave my thank yous, and shared some of my heart with the audience, and saluted our team KCA.
Team.
And then called Pastor Rich on stage, and Pastor Rich ministered for a couple of minutes and closes out in prayer, and that was it, man. KCA 2024, we got another one under our belt. And again, I just want to salute everybody who came out, you know what I'm saying, to support. And again, I want to salute Team KCA, you know what I mean? Because I always say it, without the team, the KCA don't happen. Like this don't happen just by myself. You know what I'm saying? I have a great team of people. I have a great team who have embraced the KCA as their own, where they love it. They serve. And I want to shout out a couple people in the chat who's on team. Shout out to Vicky Savage, man. She was new to the team. She came on board with the team this year, and man, she just really fit in. She just got in there like she's been with us for years. Now I mean, and I could see how her addition to the team was a blessing, because she was able to really, just be hospitable to a lot of the artists. You know what I mean? She was just working the venue, man, and just working with the artists. And hey, listen, she did her job, man. Salute to Vicky Savage. Salute to Elijah. I see you, bro, in the chat. Thank you for everything you do. I know you was on the camera. I think Elijah was on the camera at the end, right? When you was interviewing some of the artists. Am I correct? Rich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying Elijah was he on the camera when he was interviewing the artist?
Nah, that was Bronx MC.
Okay, I thought it was Elijah, because whoever was on camera looked mad short, because he was looking up to everybody. Everybody was all the way up there.
No, he put the camera down. Bronx MC put the camera down and shot up.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
He put the camera down and shot up. But Elijah was recording. He was recording video for the Fix. He was holding it down.
Oh yes, yeah.
He was holding it down.
Yeah. So salute to Elijah, man. Great dude. Been rocking with us for a few years now, and we appreciate you, man. Want to shout out to the boss lady, Tabitha. Much love to you, and Baron, your husband, who is the director of the film team, and Tabitha is a project manager for the KCA. Been rocking with us for a couple years now, and been a blessing. And not only that, they're sponsors as well. They've been sponsoring the KCA for the last few years, man. Been a blessing in so many ways, man. Super grateful. And I can't forget the young boss, the young legend, Evie. You know what I'm saying? Mrs. Dolphin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Evie's just been a great addition, a great help to the team. I've seen the leader in her from day one. You know what I mean? Like, she's just a blessing to the team. Like, she's a true boss. Like, one thing I appreciate about Evie, she's a problem solver. You know what I mean? Like, you got people on, who sometimes, like, a problem will come up and they'll say, yo, Marcus, what should we do? You know what I mean? And I pray for people like Evie. I pray for people like Tab, who, when problems come, they won't just look to me, but they'll take initiative to try to solve them. And Evie has been great at that, where when things come up, they'll be like, hey, here's the problem, but this is what I feel, how I feel like we need to fix it. You know what I mean? Or this is what I did. You need people like that on your team. When you can have people like that on a team, it's a blessing because it takes off a lot of stress off of you because they're not just throwing everything on the CEO. You know what I mean? And that's what makes her a leader. So yeah, salute to Evie, salute to Tab, salute to Vicky, salute to Tara and Ruben as well, who have been putting in. Yeah, man, they've been putting in the work.
Foundation day one. Yep.
Yeah, man, especially like Tara. I mean, Ruben came on later, but Tara, and big salute to Courtney as well. Courtney McNeil, who's been with us. I think Courtney has been one of the longest team members, other than yourself, Rich. You know what I mean? Because he came on like real quick, like early, and he's never left, man. Courtney has been dedicated, running the stage. And not only that, he's even evolved to other roles. If you need somebody to try to get a sponsor, Courtney has the gift of gab. Just put him in the room and he'll come back with a check. You know what I'm saying? And we realized that gifted him over the last couple of years, and it's been a blessing to the team in so many ways. So salute to Courtney. Yeah, man. Again, I can't thank the team enough. Like I said it at the KCA. I really consider myself to be favored to have such a great team of people. And again, there's too many names to count. Diani, amazing, been a blessing to the team and been serving for a few years now. And I mean, and I don't want to start forgetting names, but if I don't call your name, just know that I appreciate you so much. And I value every last one of you, even the volunteers, the KCA ambassadors. Shout out to Chris G, you know what I'm saying? And all of the volunteers. We truly, Jovi, all of them. Yeah, man.
Of the KCAs.
Yeah, Tina Dixon, man.
Tina Dixon.
She's been the voice since day one.
Yeah, Kingdom's voice.
Yeah, man. Like Tina Dixon, man. Yeah, like she's just like, again, another person who just loves it. Like I think about 2 years ago, I hit her up and I was like, yo, Tina, what's up? You ready to do the voiceovers? And she said, oh my gosh. She said, Marcus, I was so nervous. I thought I got fired. I thought you didn't want to use me no more. And I had to tell her, she said, and she was saying to me, every year I get nervous because I'm thinking, is he gonna use me this year? Is he gonna get somebody else? And I had to say to her, I said to her, Tina, let me tell you something. Only you can fire you. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're willing and you're ready, that slot will always be yours. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that I would ever say, hey, we need to change that out, because she has been so loyal and so committed. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's just amazing to have, again, such an amazing group and team of people. Love you too, Tab. You know what I mean? And, yeah, it's just been a blessing. Also, Bree, shout out to Bree. Bree, the director of hospitality. Like, listen,
yo, the
Bree is so passionate about what she does. The swag bags, the food, the setup. And again, even with Bree, like Bree made the swag bags her thing. And when I say her thing, I'm talking like she even put money to that. You know what I'm saying? Again, these are the people I'm telling you who are on team. You know what I mean? Like, I have a team of people who, like, even Evie took care of like the refreshments for the pre-show. And I said, yo, Evie, send me the bill. Up to now, she won't send me the bill. Even at the end of the KCA, at the end of the night outside at Symphony Space, I said, yo, Evie, you still didn't send me the bill. And she was like, yo, what bill? Yo, chill. That's my little investment. You know what I'm saying? That's my little seed that I'm sowing.
Right.
You know?
That's a blessing.
Again,
Definitely.
I have to continue to big up the team. because sometimes, you know, people will say, yeah, Marcus Hall and CEO and blah, blah, blah. Ain't no KCA without my team. You know what I mean? Ain't no KCA without my team. So again, much love to the team. And again, salute to everybody who came out. And you whack artists who didn't come because you wasn't on the lineup. Stay where you are next time too. You know what I mean? I'm blacklisting all of y'all. You know what I mean?
This is the problem with New York. This is the problem. That's why we can't go further. This is the New York. We build each other up and then we shooting each other down.
That's right. We keep it $150. Keep the same energy when we're in Madison Square Garden. You heard? You know what I mean? But nah. Again, I don't feel no way. Honestly, I don't. I did vent in the beginning of the thing, and again, it's just me being honest and being transparent and real, just to be like. And it's not about like my event or the fact that you didn't come. It's just I'm talking about community. I'm talking about the city. I'm talking about the advancement of the movement. If we have this mentality as artists and even as different entities that, oh, if I'm not involved, or if my brand ain't on it, or if I'm not performing, like, yo, Rich Dolphin, you're the perfect example, bro. I mean, you're an artist and a dope one too. You have not ministered at every KCA. You know what I mean? But you serve at all of them. You know what I mean? It's like we have to get rid of this mentality, bro. Like, New York will not move forward until we get back to the place, because we were there at one time. You know this, Rich. ER, everybody was there. Higher Calling, everybody was there. Whether they was on the lineup or not, we pulling up. This is CHH. We pulling up. You know what I mean? Where we have come to this place where, oh, I'm not on the bill, so I ain't going. It's whack. It's whack, and we gotta grow past that. But you know what? Maybe it's not gonna be this generation. Maybe it's gonna be a generation that comes up under them. You know what I mean? Who will grasp it and understand. Like, yo, that's why I salute to Sailor the Corner. Sailor the Corner pulled up, came to the event, stood in the crowd, cheered his brothers on.
Yeah,
he wasn't booked, and he was nominated in 2 categories. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sailor, because guess what? He didn't think it was beneath him to come to the event and cheer on his fellow brothers and salute and celebrate Christian hip hop and celebrate the event that's a premier event in his city. You know what I mean?
You know, and even with what you're saying, I think, like, just to even put it further in context, because even myself, there's been times as an artist, like, I think people who always at shows like Chris G, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody like Elijah, who's very active when it comes down to shows, and even Conquest, you know what I'm saying? Conquest is one of those dudes that we always find ourselves at shows and stuff like that, you know, for support. And then the thing is, there's plenty of times we have to look at it like this. You come into a show, it's not me. When I come to a show, or have the mindset that you're coming to the show not just to perform, but you're coming to the show to support this ministry that you are a part of, and to push forward this movement that you're a part of. You know what I mean? Because it's bigger than my set on stage, my presence. I want to show my support, and I want to cheer, you know, even if I want to cheer this next generation of artists that are pulling up. I love, like, to sit back, and it's a newfound joy of mine, you know, to see artists, see the come up and see their story and see their development. You know, that's something that's needed. It's not just about us, because we ain't gonna be rapping forever. We ain't gonna be rocking forever. Who's coming up next? Right. You know what I mean? Right. Because it's bigger than the individual. It's about the movement and how we to push this movement forward, and where can we take it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We got the Kingdom Choice Awards. Now, when are we doing the festival now?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When are we doing the festival now? Now, when are we going down to Times Square? When are we going down to like, taking over Roy Wilkins Park or going to Central Park with this thing? You know what I mean? When are we getting the news coverage? Where do we want? Like, we can't just be stuck. And for visions like that to come to pass, it's gonna take a certain level of unity, community, and the motive. What's your motive?
Yeah.
You know, what's the motive and the intent of your heart? If it's not to build kingdom, it will fall because you're just trying to build your kingdom. And it ain't about our kingdom, it's about his kingdom. And when we all are about our kingdom over his kingdom, listen, we bound to fall through the cracks, man.
Yeah, man. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, don't get it twisted. Everybody can't go to every event. I can't go to everybody's event. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a life. And I'm not saying that everybody or those who didn't come because they just was haters. I'm not saying that. Maybe some people had genuine reasons. But it's always sad to me that the people who pack the venue are out of towners, bro. That's the problem. That is a problem. You got people coming from Montreal, Canada, taking planes.
Seattle.
You know what I mean? Seattle,
Michigan.
Atlanta, California. And you live in Brooklyn or the Bronx. And you don't pull up? Know what I mean? And the thing is, as I said, it's like, it's not about, I know everybody can't go to every event. You know what I mean?
Right,
Maybe
absolutely.
somebody was financially, they couldn't, you know what I mean? So I'm not judging no one or saying, but I do think that we as a city can do better. We have to do better. Because guess what? If we don't, hey, New York will just continue to find itself in this place. And I ain't got nothing to prove no more in Christian hip hop. I mean, if God says to me tomorrow morning, it's a wrap, move on, I'll say, thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing.
Finally, you get me my release.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I have nothing to prove in Christian hip hop. But it's always just a little bit disheartening. I mean, and I just want to encourage the community. I mean, not on some like I'm mad at y'all. I'm not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it was a success anyway without y'all. You know what I mean? But it could have been bigger. It could have been better with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just encouraging the community because I'm not going to be doing this forever. You know what I mean? I've been looking for my exit ramp for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Almost every year you've been looking for an exit ramp.
And it's a genuine look. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm being pressured right now to do KCA 2025. I wanted to take the year off. Seriously. Ask Tab. We had the conversation, but I'm being pressured right now. I was talking to even Vicky earlier. I was saying to her, like, yo, I was just going to take the year off. Vicky said no. It was a stern no.
Yeah.
Vicky was like, no. Almost like she was saying to me, that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna front. This year, I think this was probably one of the best curated shows.
Yes, I agree.
The best curated shows. I think the blend, and I think that the blend of artists that happened, I think that was, I'm telling you, we gonna talk offline. I ain't gonna put everything else that I've been having. You know,
I know exactly what you're saying, bro.
What we
That's
had,
how it needs to be.
That capsule right there.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep.
Is I think we on to something, which is why I ain't gonna we can't leave what was there, what happened at the symphony. You know, we can't leave what happened at the symphony, and then anybody who was in the building, I believe that is gonna create a demand that we want to, like, you know, where we're looking to take it, or where it can be, or wherever God sees to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just have to be open because I believe we're on the cusp of something great. You know, and that's just my heart. And whatever God does, He does. And one thing that I want to say and make it clear, that it's not about us.
Nah,
It's not about
not
me
at
as
all.
an artist. It's not about me as the artist coordinator. It's not about Marcus as a CEO. Wherever you are in your ministry, it's not about you, comma.
Yes.
But it involves you.
Man.
It involves you. And being the fact that this involves me, I need to realize it's not about us, it's about God. But God is going to involve me, and then to be involved in God's participation of his will being done, I have to be intentional on God. How do I bring my best? How do I bring my best to serve? You know what I mean? We all have a part and a role to play, whether you're in church, whether you're an artist, whether you're a producer. We all are called to serve. You know, all are called to serve and do what you need to do to be the best witness that you have of the gospel at whatever capacity that you have. I know for a fact that us being in the building was a witness to the workers at the Cumble Theater.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I know that. You know
No,
what I mean?
I'm telling you,
know
like
that's the goal.
yeah, even the sound man, the same old sound man I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Yo, that dude hugged me at the end, bro. When I went back up there, he hugged me and said, yo, this touched me, bro.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So again, even though he was whack on the soundboard, like, bro, maybe he just needed to be there. Maybe he just needed them seeds planted. Even at the pre-show, a brother came up to me after, because if you remember, I didn't do a traditional altar call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a young man came up to me after, and he was just like blown. He was saying, bro, I just want to let you know this event really like had an impact on me. And he said, I just want you to know that being here tonight made me rededicate my life to the Lord, bro.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like, there was another brother who came up to me after the KCA in tears, bro. He said he lost his wife and his daughter. And he said what I shared at the end just really touched him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not just an event. It's not just an event. Like, God is moving in many different ways and touching lives in many different ways. So, you know, sometimes people feel like you have to be behind the podium, but or in the church preaching to minister. God uses all of us uniquely, and I'd rather preach to the lost or preach to the broken than preach to the choir. That's me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like God is using all of us uniquely and in a mighty way. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we're going to wrap it up because this has been the longest Real Rap 100 in the history of Real Rap 100. But
we had 2 days, 2 day recap.
Word.
The official KCA recap. That's what
exactly.
That's what you get.
Yeah, man. But thank you to everybody who jumped on. And again, thank you to everybody who came out. Thank you to Team KCA. Thank you to Church City, Pastor Rich. You know what I'm saying? And thank you to our sponsors. We don't have many, but the few that we have, thank you. You know what I'm saying? To Bishop Marcus McKnight from the Apostolic Temple of Jesus Christ. Thank you. Church City. Thank you. Holy Culture. 5 Loaves. Myzad Funk Zion. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who sold. You know, shout out to Eric E as well and his wife for blessing us. We're grateful, and we're just pushing for more sponsors to help out and to help us to push this vision forward, because it's because of sponsors why we can even consider doing it again. You know what I'm saying? Because the sponsors are the ones who take the edge off of the financial burden, because without the sponsors, I'll be honest with you, I can't take the risk. I can't take the loss. You know what I'm saying? Because if let me say it like this: if we never had any sponsors this year, I would have took a L. I mean, so that's why it's important for us to sow in to the Kingdom Choice Awards. So we're going to continue to push and trust God to show favor. So we're grateful for those who sow, because they also are a big part of making it happen. You know what I'm saying? So listen. Salute to each and every one of you who jumped on. I know we were long tonight, but hey, it's a special. You
Appreciate y'all for holding it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With us for these 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Of
Right.
this recap, man. We definitely appreciate y'all, especially those of y'all who are in the chat and those who are tuning in on YouTube,
Yep.
man. Salute to y'all.
Definitely.
Much love.
So listen, this is another episode of Real Rap 100, where we have real rap and we keep it 100. God bless y'all.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.
For you, like, this your first time here.
Yeah.
What were some standout performances or moments that stood out to you, man? I love asking this question to our first timers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you was backstage, you was in there, mingling with everybody, man. What were some of your highlights, man?
I'll say for me, some of my highlights, man, just definitely us just in the back praying before we went on. You know what I mean? Just keeping God in it, you know what I mean? It's just, it was kind of funny too how we was just up there, kind of ain't know what was going on, you know what I mean? But yeah, one of my favorite performances was C4 came out, man. That's my guy, man. He just went crazy. Everybody went crazy, but honestly, that spoken word was crazy. That broken crayon was crazy.
Quincy, broken crayons, still color.
Yes, man. Yeah. What about you, Perry?
Yo, that Rick Montero running.
Yeah, running.
Yeah,
running.
Diamond. Who else?
Yeah, you got Governor, Mitchell, in there, YP, Rick Montero. Shout out, he got a banger with that one, man.
You know, another thing too, man. It felt good to finally meet like the brothers and sisters in Christ that we've been networking for years on social media. This is my first time meeting them. Listen. We got 3 hours. Yeah, we talking in person though.
Wow.
So a lot of these people now, like they walking up, yo, what's up? We know it felt like we already know them. So first time meeting these guys. I think that was a definitely highlight, bro. Like,
This is my first time. It was a good time.
That's a whole other thing, because the Kingdom Choice Award, the Kingdom Command. You know what I'm saying? And we realized that even though we're on separate parts of the map, this is not a New York award show. It just so happens to be in New York. You know what I mean? But we all coming together, man, and all representing Kingdom, man. At the end
Seattle,
of the day.
man. Seattle.
Seattle's in the building.
Canada.
Montreal, Canada. Yo, you already know, man. Yo, Rich Dolphin signing off, man. KCA TV.
This is Real Rap 100, where we have a real rap, and we keep it 100. Hosted by Marcus Hall.